What if I told you one of the most important medical breakthroughs in modern history was considered a scientific dead end? A discovery rejected for decades. A technology that nearly destroyed careers. A molecule so fragile that most scientists believed it could never become medicine. Yet, when a global pandemic threatened humanity, that forgotten idea helped save millions of lives. This is the extraordinary story of the discovery of mRNA vaccines. The story begins long before COVID-19, long before modern vaccines, deep inside every living cell in the human body. For centuries, scientists understood very little about how life actually worked. Then, during the 20th century, researchers uncovered one of biology's greatest secrets. DNA stored the instructions of life, but DNA never left the cell's nucleus. Instead, it relied on a tiny messenger, a molecule called messenger RNA, or simply mRNA. Scientists discovered that every protein in the body begins as an instruction, carried by mRNA, like a biological message, a temporary blueprint, a set of instructions telling cells what to build. The discovery transformed biology, but almost nobody imagined it could become medicine. Then, during the 1970s and 1980s, a radical idea emerged. What if doctors could use mRNA itself as treatment? Instead of growing viruses in laboratories, instead of injecting weakened pathogens, what if scientists could simply deliver instructions? The body would read the message, then produce the protective proteins itself. The concept sounded revolutionary, almost too revolutionary. Many scientists thought it was impossible, because mRNA had a fatal weakness. It was extremely fragile. The molecule broke apart rapidly. Even worse, the immune system treated synthetic mRNA like an invader. Experiments repeatedly failed. Research programs collapsed. Funding disappeared. Most experts abandoned the idea. The dream of mRNA medicine seemed finished. But one scientist refused to give up. Her name was Katalin Karikó. Born in Hungary, Karikó became fascinated by the potential of mRNA. She believed the molecule could change medicine forever. Almost nobody agreed. Year after year, her grant applications were rejected. Funding was denied. Promotions vanished. At one point, her university demoted her. Many researchers would have walked away. Karikó did not. She continued working, continued experimenting, continued believing, searching for a solution hidden inside the molecule itself. Then fate intervened. At the University of Pennsylvania, Karikó met immunologist Drew Weissman. Together, they began investigating a simple question. Why did the immune system react so aggressively to synthetic mRNA? The answer would change medical history. After years of research, Karikó and Weissman discovered something remarkable. The immune system wasn't rejecting all mRNA. It was reacting to specific molecular signals. A tiny chemical modification could change everything. The change was microscopic, almost invisible, yet the results were extraordinary. Suddenly, the immune system became far less aggressive. The mRNA became more stable, safer, more effective. For the first time in history, scientists could seriously imagine using mRNA as medicine. The breakthrough was published in 2005, but almost nobody noticed. The scientific world largely ignored it. Yet, quietly, behind the scenes, a few researchers continued developing the technology, waiting for the moment when the world would finally need it. Then came 2020. A new virus spread rapidly across the world. COVID-19. Hospitals overflowed, cities shut down, entire nations entered lockdown. Humanity desperately needed a vaccine, and it needed one fast. Traditional vaccine development often required years, sometimes decades. The world didn't have that kind of time. Suddenly, the forgotten technology was called into action. Scientists decoded the virus's genetic sequence. Within days, mRNA vaccine designs were created. Within months, clinical trials began. The speed was unprecedented, and the results stunned the world. The vaccines worked. One of the fastest vaccine developments in human history had become possible because of decades of research that almost nobody believed in. The story didn't end with COVID-19.
Today, scientists are using mRNA technology to fight cancer, develop personalized treatments, study rare genetic diseases, and prepare for future pandemics. The technology continues evolving, opening possibilities that seemed impossible only a few decades ago. Then, in 2023, Katalin Kariko and Drew Weissman received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. Not because success came easily, but because they refused to abandon an idea the world had given up on. And perhaps the most extraordinary part of the story is that one of the greatest medical breakthroughs of the 21st century began with a molecule so fragile that scientists once considered it useless. A tiny biological messenger, a rejected idea, and two researchers who refused to stop believing. The molecule was mRNA, and it changed medicine forever.